You don't, in the next 3 lots of games, you play after Liverpool. Just wondered what you made of that and whether that maybe gives them an advantage?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. Ask to the broadcasters. They decide the game, so I don't know.
How do your players deal with that? For example, they'll know obviously how Liverpool have played and gone on.
We've been in this position many times in the past and now in the present, so it's not new. We have to do our game. If we play before or later, we have to win the game. Nothing changed.
Jurgen's announced yesterday he's staying on at Anfield till 2026, and he's hoping obviously to continue this wonderful rivalry with yourself and with City. When a fellow coach makes that sort of decision, do you maybe think about maybe staying on a little longer as well?
Who?
Yourself.
Myself. I don't know. It's Leeds and focus. The important thing, so congratulate Jurgen and Liverpool. I think is really good for the Premier League, and I wish him all the best. So in the future, and to my future is Leeds, our future is Leeds, and in the end of the season.
So no thought at this stage about whether his decision impacts on what you might do in the future?
Why should take an impact? So everyone has his situations, and if we decide to stay longer, but together we decided, not because my colleague Jurgen extend the contract or not extend the contract. So I don't see the relation, honestly.
In terms of today's other news, Mo Salah has been voted by the Football Writers as their Player of the Year. A lot of people would have thought a lot of City players might have been in contention for that. What do you make of Mo Salah winning that, perhaps ahead of Kevin De Bruyne?
Congratulations to Salah.
Will there be disappointment in your side?
I was not in contention. I play good, but
Kevin, for example, will he be disappointed not to have won that award?
He won already. So congratulations. Jurgen said so. They have the best keeper, the second best keeper in the world, the best central defender, the best holding midfielder, the best striker. Yeah. So it's normal they win all the awards.
Thank you.
Pep, I understand you saying that Jurgen signing his contract doesn't have any relation necessarily to your future, but just how much do you enjoy being here when you've got rivals like Liverpool to fight against? How much does it energise your work?
All my career, already 14, 15 years as a manager, always I have rivals. So I think it's really good for the Premier League. He extended the contract and because the club decided to still together. So there's nothing to add.
Have you held any further talks about your own situation?
No.
Do you know when you will?
Honestly, I'm so concerned and busy about the last 3 weeks, 1 month we have ahead of us to the end of the season. After we have time, I have the feeling that 1 year is a lot of time. So it's 6 seasons together, so many years. So I'm enjoying this part of the season, and after we have time. So we have an incredible relation with my club, with my chairman, with the CEOs, sport directors, all the people in the club. So, and you know my opinion, not because you're going to extend the contract, I'm not going to say something differently what I said. I don't know how many times. I'm an incredible happy. I could not be in a better place in my life to work in right now, today, like here. So I cannot see it. I cannot visualize a better place. So, but it's not just about me. It's just about many things, about other situations, and with calm, we're going to take the decision we're going to take.
But when Manchester looks like this, is there any way?
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen quite often. Unfortunately.
Can I ask you about Leeds as well? Obviously, Jesse Marsch took over from a man that you admired in Marcelo Bielsa. A lot has changed. Their form's improved as well. Do you see them as a much tougher proposition this time than the last time you faced them?
Always when I play with Leeds, look, last season we dropped 5 points with Marcelo and Jesse Marsch make an incredible job in Salzburg and of course in the States before, and Leipzig was in the perfect place for him, for the culture, that Salzburg style, the gegenpressing, and for to many things that they right now here in England, many teams is playing in that way. So I have a lot of respect, and it will be probably, because it's in between the Champions League semi-final, is the toughest. Well, I wouldn't say the toughest, because I would say after that Newcastle, Wolves, West Ham, Aston Villa would not be, but it's the most important for the position. The games are going to play the most important game that we have, because after Madrid being final Champions League or not, just we have 4 games, just focus in the Premier League. And we spoke a lot about that. So, and they know exactly, they saw it today. We spoke about that, how special team they are for the way they play, but we accept the challenge and we know exactly what you have to do, and we're going to try to do it.
Thank you.
Mike, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, hi. Hope you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Just on that note about it sitting in between the Champions League semi-finals, your team obviously suffered in that period with the quarterfinals and Liverpool twice as well. Are you expecting tomorrow to be tougher for that reason, and will you have Tuesday in mind for this game? Sorry, Wednesday in mind for this game?
It's tougher because Leeds is tough. And I know how is the crowd, and they are fighting they need points, and we need points too. So yeah, we know it. The people feel it, the way they train today. I saw them incredible focus, and I think everybody in the club knows what we are playing for in this last part of the season, and that's what you have to do. So we make an incredible last 3 games with a lot of goals we score, incredible lot of chances we create, and this is what you have to continue to do. And after, football can sometimes have rewards, sometimes you have to accept the defeats.
Injury-wise, is this game still too soon for Kyle Walker?
Yes.
Will he be back before the end of the season?
I don't know right now.
Is there a strong chance he isn't? Is that the worry that he might have to miss the rest of the season?
Now I'm not worried at all. When I'm in November, but now I count with the guys who are fit. He's injured, unfortunately, for all of us, for him especially. So I don't pay attention. I have to work to come back as soon as possible and focus with the rest of the players.
What about John as well? He obviously went off in the game with Real on Tuesday. Is he okay?
So tomorrow's out, and we'll see for Wednesday.
Thanks, Pep.
Jack Grealish is the only one of your forward players who hasn't figured prominently in the last 7 games. Do you feel that he could still have a big impact on this season? And what does he need to do to be playing in those big Champions League games?
He can. Nothing changes, just because in that position, Riyad, for a long time, is with us, especially Riyad always, but in important games, always give you something unique and special. And Phil Foden is so determined. His will and many things. Phil always his impact during the game is huge as well, and it's just for that reason. Raheem, everybody knows how important it is for all of us, for me as well, especially for me. But in that moment, I decided for our players, but not because they are bad or they are not. Always had the feeling with Phil or Riyad, the goal is there. He can create chances. When he's in front of the goal, they have the sense to score a goal. It's one of the reasons why and Farley was judged in Crystal Palace and make a substitutions for that reason. They were playing and had the feeling that they can score goals when we would need it, And sometimes we need another type of game, more quicker or more control. And sometimes we need maybe Jack, maybe Rice. Most of the time it's a tactical decision. Decisions not because I'm unsatisfied or they are not playing good. This is the reason why.
Please, guys.